At what body fat percentage are you considered not skinny fat anymore? Hi guys, my name is Matthew. Welcome to another video where we talk about fitness, where we talk about confidence, nutrition, mindset, and just overall lifestyle of a man. I used to be skinny fat, then I got fat, then I got, I'd say pretty ripped, pretty shredded. And now I help you guys, my 404 subscribers, maybe after this video, 404 more, do the same thing. So let's just paint out what the skinny fat physique is, because this is my specialty and I help men with the skinny fat physiques. And in this video, I'm going to basically break down how to body recomp out of the skinny fat physique and at what body fat percentage personally did I get out of that skinny fat physique and into a more leaner, shredded, and confident version of myself. So if we think about it mentally, what does the skinny fat version of you look like? And this might be you. Well, I'm going to picture my old self and basically describe how I used to look. So for starters, almost no upper muscle development. Weak shoulders, weak traps, weak chest, and it's kind of like inverted in. Like you've got no posture, no confidence in your stance. Your upper section is very weak. And then in your midsection, this is where you carry most of your fat, because this is why a lot of people call this the skinny fat physique, because up top from I'd say like half of their chest up, from half of their chest, I would say it's like man boobs almost, because that's what I had. And then from half of your pec up, it's like skinny, no muscular development, just kind of stick and bone. And then from your bottom half of your chest down, you've got like a gut, or at least I had a gut. And I had like a very rounded stomach with love handles, with zero definition in my core. And this is the one thing that was really pissing me off, because when I would wear a shirt, I wouldn't feel, insecure. I wouldn't feel like I was fat. So I would always hide myself under a shirt, and I would typically go for baggier shirts because I didn't have bigger arms to, pop some muscle through the shirt and fill out shirts. And it hid my skinny fat belly well. It basically, with baggy shirt, I looked like a different person. I took the shirt off, and then I'd look at myself and I'd be like, wow, great. This is not how I want to look anymore. So what ended up happening was, when I was originally skinny fat, I thought the way to get out of this was to bulk. But I made a mistake because my insulin sensitivity was not primed for bulking. So then I got fat. So I went from skinny fat to fat. Then I had a big gut. I wouldn't say I just use fat because I have crazy body dysmorphia from working out so much and just being into this whole lifestyle. But I wasn't obese. I was just not at my desired physique that I envisioned for myself. And I realized, because I just ate more food and got to a higher body fat percentage. And the key to a skinny fat physique is getting to a lower body fat percentage. Even though you might look skinny at first, it's fine. You don't have any muscle right now, so you will naturally look skinny. So what you have to do to get out of it is drop your body fat percentage. As you're dropping your body fat percentage, what I found was the ideal body fat percentage to start getting out of that phase was around 14 and 15. And then it really pops and develops your physique around that 11-12% body fat. And in order to get this, obviously, you have to be in a calorie deficit. I've made many videos on how to be in a calorie deficit, how to lose fat, and whatnot. So just click on any one of those in my channel. But basically, the the prime thing that you're trying to do is target your midsection, because obviously everybody stores fat differently, but since you're in this physique and you look like this, is because you're in the middle of going from, you're on the borderline of starting to go to, fat and obese, and you're still on the border of going to skinny and lanky. So you need to start training as soon as possible in order for you not to develop that skinny and lanky look. But you also don't want to overeat because you're still on the border of getting obese and fat. And you don't want to get obese and fat. So what you have to do is make it your prime target to hit that first. If you're in the skinny fat physique, you're probably around 19% body fat. Almost 20, let's be honest. Anything above 20 is just fat, at least for a guy. And anything above like 25, you're just obese. So if you're obese, cut. Even if you're skinny fat, you got to cut too. But your procedure and the way that you're approaching things is going to be a little bit different, like the entire journey and process, than somebody who's obese. So let's focus on what to do to get to yourself out of this physique and get to that around 15% body fat sweet spot. So first, you need to be in a calorie deficit. If you've wrecked your metabolism, and if you've adopted and you're like, Matthew, I tried a calorie deficit. Matthew, I'm at like 1,000 calories. I don't want to go any lower. You've ruined yourself. You need to reverse diet at this point. And if you want that video, I made a video on reverse dieting, a couple of ones before this, so go and click that and watch that. If you haven't, and if you've been eating at your maintenance, so meaning you haven't gained any weight, you've been at this same weight, call it like 175 for the past, 1 year. So good. Now figure out, don't do anything differently, but just figure out how much you're eating throughout that day. Track it for like a week, just so you have a rough understanding of what and how much you're eating and what your macronutrients are throughout the day. Because if you're in that skinny fat physique, more likely than not, you're eating more carbs and more fats than anything. Your protein is probably very low because you're very undermuscularly developed. And that's why you have that lanky fat look to yourself. So figure out what you're eating, your macros and your calories. And then what you're going to want to do is start doing a body recomposition as you're going down in body fat percentages. Meaning, you're going to obviously raise your proteins because if you're not already working out, that should be the first move. Get into the gym and start building an upper body, start building a back, start incorporating the compound movements into your lifestyle, into your week. Make it a routine. If you only have time for compound movements because you're very busy, that's good too. That's better than nothing, right? Squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, and then a bit of cardio. And that leads into my next point. Start doing a little bit of cardio as you're training, and once you've figured out your maintenance, cut it first by 300 calories. And the reason why I say 300 calories is because you don't want to cut too aggressively, because you are recomping your body, and you want to keep as much calories at the beginning as possible to develop as much muscle as possible. Because you want to build your physique as you're losing fat. So you don't want to cut it all too fast and too aggressively because you have nothing to show for. Right? You're 175 pounds, call it 185 pounds. You're going to cut to 1,000 calories, and then you're going to go down to 140 pounds and you're going to be stick and bone. especially if you're at the beginning stages of your lifting career, this is your prime time to put on as much muscle as possible. In the first 3 months, first 3 to 6 months, you could totally 360 your life, 360 your physique, 360 your body by just eating enough protein, like fixing your macros, not just protein, obviously. If you need help fixing your macros, send me a DM on Instagram or LinkedIn and I'll whip up something quickly for you. I don't mind. Adding a little bit of cardio, walking is fine. And overall, making healthier food choices. Because the cardio and the healthier food choices are going to slim and lean you down, getting rid of that midsection. The macronutrients are going to start to build your body into the physique that you want it to look like, not the one that you've kind of accepted. The macronutrients and the weight training, So clean diet and cardio is going to get rid of that midsection for you. And then macronutrients and weightlifting is going to scalp the body that you're thinking about, that you're wanting there, that you're envisioning or dreaming or desiring. Remember that point, play it back, and repeat it to yourself. And then as you're on your way down, obviously it's difficult to track body fat percentages and whatnot, but the moment you see your 4-pack, like your first top 2 and even just like the top 2, I would say if you're a beginner or if you've kind of already been training but you're still stuck in this physique, go down to your 4-pack. Don't reveal your 6-pack because you don't have enough muscle to get that lean. And it's not good for you to get that lean and be that lean for that period of time without having muscle to back it. So I would say once you reveal your 4-pack, which will be around that 13% body fat, this is when you're going to really start diving into building a more manlier, bigger, and masculine physique. Because now you've got rid of the fat, you've got rid of the midsection, you're starting to have some shape to your body, and now you can start rebuilding and reforming your body. You've kind of chiseled that fat off of you. You've developed like a slight base and a foundation, and now you can start building on that foundation with a reverse diet, bringing your calories up to maintenance slowly, and focusing on getting stronger and stronger in your lifts in the gym, and just maintaining everything that you're doing with a little bit of excess food. Don't change anything about the cardio, maintain that. Don't change anything about the clean diet. Keep that going. And then you're going to start slowly building that base, and you're going to get, bigger, and develop that, masculine look rather than that like shriveled up teenage boy look that I personally had. If you found value from this video, subscribe if you're new. I'm always, looking to connect and answer your guys' questions. A lot of you are sending me messages on Instagram, so keep that up. I don't mind always helping you guys answer questions or anything that you're going through. I went mostly through everything. I literally went through everything that I just spoke about through this video. So if anything resonated with you, I'm happy to help. And if you're new, subscribe. I love you guys. I'm going to leave you like I always do. Create more than you consume. Serve others. Love everyone. Peace.